March 9. PSE Stock News Update. MEGAWORLD Corporation. Megaworld Township to house commuter railway station. Megaworld Corp's Township project is set to house a commuter railway station, a company official said on Tuesday, as the development of the 85-hectare property in Bulacan begins. I take so much pride to bring excitement and dynamism of a Megaworld Township development in the province, Megaworld Executive Vice President for Sales and Marketing Noli D. Hernandez said during the project's launch. In just a few years you would be able to see how we transform this landscape into a private development that carries the same dynamism as our other developments, he added. Northwind Global City is the company's newest 85-hectare township. It will feature the Marilao-Bagong Ilog Station, which is part of the 147-kilometer north-south commuter railway project or the Manila-Clark Railway. When finished, the township will offer residents, workers, and visitors convenient access to and from the Clark International Airport. The project is located along the North Luzon Expressway. Bulacan is also the location of the proposed new Manila International Airport. According to Christina C. Tuzan of the Bulacan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Bulacan has been attracting investors as the province has been creating more desirable locations for investment opportunities. With this huge project we will expect economic growth that will help us create more jobs, promote tourism, decrease our unemployment rate, improve quality of life, and increase and protect our purchasing power, Ms. Tuzan said. Meanwhile, Megaworld has begun construction and development of the P98 billion mixed-use township. The township will feature commercial, retail, and residential areas for use by various businesses. It was initially proposed in 2021. It will have a 16-hectare central business district called the Northwind Main Street, which will feature corporate offices, retail shops, hotels, and mixed-use commercial towers. Megaworld previously announced its plans to build a 23-story high-rise condominium in the township, which will house 478 smart home units and feature wireless systems that will allow residents to control various functions in the home. Northwind Global City project is expected to be finished by 2027. At the stock market on Wednesday, Megaworld shares fell by 3.32% or P0.07 to close at P2.04 apiece. Adrian H. Halili. SGP. Synergy Grid and Development Phils. Inc. Coyiuto rewards Synergy Grid shareholders with Q1 cash dividends. Synergy Grid and Grid Development Phils. Inc. shareholders are set to receive a welcome boost to their returns, as the board has approved a cash dividend of P0.1737 per share for the first quarter. The announcement comes following the company's board meeting on Wednesday, where the declaration of cash dividends from the company's unrestricted retained earnings was approved. The decision was made in view of the dividends received from National Grid Corporation of the Philippines NGCP, Pacifica 21 Holdings, Inc., and Onatipan Holdings, Inc. First quarter dividends are set to reach P914.68 million, payable on April 13 to stockholders of record as of March 23. Synergy Grid's sole operating asset is NGCP, which holds the exclusive concession and franchise for the operation of the Philippines transmission network, linking power generators and distribution utilities to deliver electricity to power distributors and cooperatives nationwide. Billionario Henry, Big Boy, Sy Jr. and Robert G. Coyiuto Jr. serve as chairman and vice chairman of NGCP and SGP, respectively. This move is a testament to the company's commitment to delivering value to its shareholders and highlights the confidence the board has in the company's performance. AREIT. AREIT Inc. AREIT sets P22.5B property for share swap with Ayala LanD. Ayala LanD Real Estate Investment Trust Company AREIT, Inc. has secured approval from its board of directors for its multi-billion property for share swap with Ayala LanD, Inc. and its subsidiaries Ayala LanD Malls, Inc. and North Beacon Commercial Corp. In a disclosure to the stock market on Wednesday, AREIT said that about 607.56 million primary common shares would be given to Ayala LanD in exchange for flagship offices and malls with an aggregate value of P22.48 billion. The rebound of commercial businesses is an opportunity for AREIT to widely diversify its assets with more retail buildings, AREIT President and Chief Executive Officer Carol T. Mills said. The agreement is subject to a third-party fairness opinion and the approval of AREIT shareholders at their annual meeting on April 26. Under the deal, Ayala LanD properties will be added to the portfolio of AREIT. These are 1 Ayala Avenue East and West BPO Towers, Glorieta 1 and 2, Business Process Outsourcing BPO, buildings at Ayala Center, and Marquee Mall in Pampanga. Their overall gross leasable area, GLA, is 190,000 square meters, square m, with an overall occupancy rate of 99% and a weighted average lease expiry of 14.5 years. Both companies are targeting to finalize the deal within the year. The infusion of Glorieta 1 and 2 malls and BPO buildings, as well as the brand new 1 Ayala Avenue BPO Towers, is testament to AREIT as Ayala LanD's flagship right, Ms. Mills added. Currently, AREIT has recorded 673,000 square meters equivalent to P64 billion in assets under management AUM, and a 52% growth in total shareholder returns. The company said the new infusion in 2023 will nearly triple its AUM to P87 billion and boost its GLA more than fivefold to 863,000 square meters. On Tuesday, AREIT shares dropped by 2.78% or a peso to close at P35 apiece. Adrian H. Halili. AbaCore Capital Holdings, Inc. AbaCore partners with Chinese company to build Batangas Resort. ABACORE Capital Holdings, Inc. has partnered with Chinese property developer Shanline Real Estate Co. Limited for AP 1.5 billion resort project in Batangas, the company said in a media release. The project will be headed by a joint venture company, Fluvian Real Estate Development, Inc., and will be constructed at Montemaria Shrine, a pilgrimage center owned by AbaCore. Shanline is expected to spend P1.5 billion for the completion of the project while AbaCore will contribute the land for the resort. We aim for the resort project to elevate the status of Montemaria Shrine beyond that of a religious destination, Fluvian President Guoan Wu said. This is because we envision the Montemaria Shrine to be a lifestyle destination for tourists who want to experience the natural beauty of Batangas and of the Philippines as well. The company aims to attract 1 million visitors every year and to employ 1,000 people in the local community. It expects P800 million to P1 billion in annual income. The resort will feature a glass walkway, which the company expects to be completed this year. It will also have a water park, envisioned to be the largest in the Philippines, which is expected to be finished in 2024. A hotel with a 360-degree view of Batangas Bay is scheduled to be completed the following year. This resort project is a significant milestone for all of us, and we look forward to fulfilling its potential so that our stakeholders can fully benefit from what it has to offer to them, Mr. Wu said. On Wednesday, shares in AbaCore rose by 0.45% or a centavo to close at P2.22 apiece. Adrian H. Halili. ACEN Corporation. ACEN reclassifies 100 million of its shares from common to preferred. ACEN Corp. Announced on Wednesday that its board of directors had approved the reclassification of 100 million unissued common shares. In a regulatory filing, the Ayala led energy company said its board had cleared an amendment to the company's article of incorporation to reclassify 100 million unissued common shares at a par value of P1 per share into preferred shares. ACEN's board also approved the procurement of an additional P32 billion via credit facilities. The company said its 2050 strategy and roadmap will include its net zero greenhouse gas emissions target and an assessment of the potential emission activities. The establishment of near-term targets aligned with a science-based 1.5 degrees Celsius pathway across the core business units, ACEN said. ACEN's board also approved the execution of an agreement with Axia Power Holdings Philippines Corp. Regarding the planned participation of Ingrid Power Holdings, Inc. to provide ancillary services or reserve power to the National Grid Corp. Of the Philippines. ACEN said it would increase its land acquisition budget and the expansion of its use in Australia and Indonesia. In February, ACEN announced that its unit ACEN Renewables International (ACRE) had fully acquired ACEN Australia. ACEN Australia is the joint venture holding company of ACRE and UPC Renewables Asia Pacific Holdings Private Limited for ACEN's energy projects and investments in Australia. At the local bourse on Wednesday, shares in the company lost 18 centavos or 2.69% to end at P6.52 apiece. Ashley Erica O. Jose. AP. Aboitiz Power Corporation. Aboitiz Power to reinvest earnings in RE projects, eyeing 50% clean energy portfolio by 2030. Philippines-based power company Aboitiz Power has pledged to channel its earnings from last year into renewable energy projects. The move is aimed at promoting cleaner economic growth and realizing the company's goal of achieving a 50-50 balance between renewable and thermal portfolios by 2030. The company grew its net income by 32% to P27.5 billion last year. Aboitiz Power is allocating P190 billion to further grow its clean energy capacity to 4,600 megawatts (MW), or 50% of its total generation portfolio by 2030. It already has 1,000 megawatts of ongoing and disclosed clean energy projects. The company is also exploring new energy adjacent opportunities such as distributed energy resources, mobile energy storage, Internet of Things, and microgrids to grow beyond its core enterprises. MER. Manila Electric Company. Meralco to stagger P1.1 billion increase in generation charges for March. Power utility giant Manila Electric Co. Meralco has announced its plan to stagger a portion of the anticipated increase in generation charges amounting to P1.1 billion for this month. The deferred generation costs equivalent to P0.40 per kilowatt-hour will be collected on a staggered basis in the April and May billing periods, as approved by the Energy Regulatory Commission (ERC). Meralco's spokesman, Joe Zaldariaga, explained that the deferral of a portion of the generation costs for the February supply month is due to the company's coordination with its suppliers and the ERC. The deferral will help bring down the generation charge increase in the March billing period to benefit the company's customers. The ERC received a letter from Meralco advising of its plan to defer the collection of P1.1 billion. This is because the company estimates an increase of about P0.92 per kilowatt-hour plus other adjustments for VAT and systems loss for the February supply month, bringing the total to P1.11 per kilowatt-hour for residential customers. However, the ERC noted that the increase is subject to further validation by the agency as to compliance with the underlying power supply agreements and substantiation of any fuel pass-through component, as applicable. Even with the deferral, Meralco consumers may still experience an increase of P0.62 per kilowatt-hour for March. Meralco claimed that the escalation of prices in the wholesale electricity spot market contributed to the expected increase in the generation charge in its franchise area. DFNN. DFNN, Inc. Raymond Garcia's DFNN gets SEC nod for its equity restructuring plan to offset deficit. DFNN Inc., led by businessman Raymond Garcia, has received approval from the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) for its equity restructuring plan. The restructuring is aimed at improving the company's financial condition by reducing its deficit in the equity account as of December 31, 2021, by offsetting it against additional paid-in capital. The proposed equity restructuring will wipe out DFNN's deficit of P424.25 million as of December 31, 2021, against the additional paid-in capital of P583.04 million. However, the remaining additional paid-in capital of P158.78 million cannot be used for future losses without prior approval from the SEC. DFNN has confirmed that the equity restructuring will not involve a change in the par value or the infusion of any additional paid-in capital into the company. Additionally, the restructuring will not result in any changes in the number of issued, outstanding, and listed shares of the company. MPI. Metro Pacific Investments Corporation. Toll road traffic and power consumption boost MPI's 2022 core earnings by 15%. Billionario Manuel V. Pangilinan led Metro Pacific Investments Corp. MPIC reported a robust 15% increase in core earnings to P14.2 billion in 2022, propelled by a vigorous recovery in toll road traffic and a surge in power consumption. The power segment, consisting of Meralco and its power generation and engineering subsidiaries, accounted for 65% of net operating income, amounting to P12.4 billion. Meanwhile, toll roads contributed 30% at 5.7 billion pesos, and water accounted for 14% at P2.7 billion. Revenues from the toll road business surged by 31% to an all-time high of P22.9 billion due to a combination of record-high traffic growth and toll increases in the Philippines and Indonesia. Other businesses, mainly light rail, healthcare, agribusiness, real estate, and fuel storage incurred a loss of 1.8 billion pesos. Although MPIC's reported net income only improved by 4% to P10.5 billion last year, Pangilinan affirmed that the company's earnings growth reflects a significant rise in volume for all its core businesses, combined with a sharp focus on operational efficiencies. MPIC also managed to cut its average borrowing costs and reported a 5% decline in net interest costs, thanks to the company's strategic rerating and refinancing of costly debt facilities, despite a rising interest rate environment. FB. San Miguel Food and Beverage, Inc. Ramon Ang sees continued strong growth for San Miguel's F&B unit following record-breaking performance in 2022. San Miguel Food and Beverage Inc. delivered an impressive financial performance in 2022, as it navigated through the headwinds of geopolitical tensions, inflationary pressures, and supply chain disruptions. The company's net income surged to an all-time high of P34.7 billion, with revenues reaching P358.9 billion, up 16% from the previous year. The company's consolidated EBITDA and consolidated income from operations also rose by 12% and 11%, respectively, reaching P62.7 billion and P48.7 billion, as it optimized pricing strategies across its portfolio to offset rising material costs. These results demonstrate the resilience of San Miguel Food and Beverage Inc.'s business model in a challenging operating environment. Under the leadership of Ramon S. Ang, President and CEO of San Miguel Food and Beverage Inc., the company remains committed to driving operational excellence and investing in growth to deliver long-term value for its shareholders. Ang also emphasized the company's commitment to ensuring that its products remain accessible to every Filipino. The beer business was a significant contributor to SMFB's improved performance, as revenues surged by 17% to P136.2 billion. The spirits business also sustained its growth momentum, posting an 11% increase in sales to P47.3 billion, while the food business experienced a 16% growth in revenues, reaching P175.3 billion. The results underscore SMFB's market leadership and enduring strength in the F&B industry, with its unwavering focus on operational excellence, innovation, and growth. ACEN Corporation. Wrecking Ball. Lopez family to demolish iconic ABANews headquarters. The Lopez family is apparently ready to say goodbye to the original ABANews headquarters, almost 3 years after the once dominant broadcasting company lost its franchise. According to Babaler, Rockwell Land, the Lopez family's property arm, has snapped up the 3.4-hectare property on Sgt. Esguerra Avenue and Mother Ignacia Avenue in Diliman, Quezon City, where ABANews has been operating since 1968. ABANews has informed some officers and staff that their news offices and facilities, including the iconic Studio 7, which is the birthplace of the popular news show, TV Patrol, will relocate to the 15-story adjacent Eugenio Lopez Jr. Communications Center later this year to make way for the planned demolition of the low-rise building. Babaler said the move makes practical sense, as ABANews had to sell the land to keep its operations going, and the old building has practically been empty due to the mass layoffs resulting from the loss of the franchise and an increase in remote work, even after the pandemic. ABANews' franchise expired in May 2020, and Congress declined to renew it a few months later. Since then, it has let go of almost 6,000 employees, and its TV frequencies have been granted to other networks, ALL TV of Manny VR, Channel 2, ALU TV of Cabangan Chua Family Channel 23, and Sanchin Media Network Inc. SMNI, of Pastor Apollo Quiboloy, Channel 43. To stay in the game, ABS-CBN has transitioned to a content provider with its shows airing on other networks, TV5 of Manny V. Pangilinan and A2Z of Bro. Eddie Villanueva, and has even teamed up with former bitter rival GMA Network for films.